Shasky, good morning, love. It's Spinoni. What's happening? Giants get a big win last night. I guess Kyle Harrison is the story of the game, in my opinion.
What did you see from Kyle Harrison yesterday that you liked?
He worked fast, good pacing, good location, pitch to contact, didn't try to blow guys away. I thought he was dynamic yesterday. Worked quick, too. Got a lot of ground balls last night, Shasky.
You know, it was by far one of his best starts in weeks. I mean, you could make an argument this year. I thought he was really good in this one. That being said, you know, it's like it's frustrating because you give up one run and you're hoping that you could, be on the hook for a win, not on the hook for a no decision in that situation.
Beggars can't be choosers, right? You haven't going 5, you go 6 in the third, you only give up 4 hits, 3 strikeouts, you give up the 1 run to triple to Yordan Alvarez, which I give credit to him. He hustled. The defense made a great play. The defense did make a great play there when it comes to the relay and to throw to third base. You got to give Yordan some credit there on that triple to tie the game up. But you hate to see it after a shut. You want to shut down inning after, of course, the Giants took the lead at the bottom of the 6th.
Well, and he could have been, razzled early when you have Schmidt boot the ball right away when the game starts. And I thought that he did a much better job attacking people in this game. It just felt like he was much more efficient than he's been in weeks past. And he didn't fall behind in counts. And when you're working and it's 0-1 or 1-2, you're in control. You can throw some of your junk off the plate, and it doesn't have to be in the zone. When you're falling behind 1-0, 2-0 in these counts, you have to come in on guys, and that's when they've earned the right to put both butt cheeks in it. So I thought he did a really good job mixing it up. I still, again, and I don't want to poo-poo it. I'm not trying to sound like a hater. I still think that the fastball, he's got to work on some other pitch with a little bit of movement, a 2-seamer or something. Right now he's got a 4-seamer, and I know he's been working on some sort of a cutter or a 2-seamer, and he's kind of abandoned that. That really changed Camilo Duvall a year ago. Like that's really what tried to help him become the better pitcher that he's become over the last year and a half or so. I would like to see a young player like Kyle Harrison add that to his repertoire down the line. I think once he can get a little more movement on that fastball, I think then you're going to start to see this guy make starts like yesterday become more routine.
Well, I wonder what the Giants are going to do with him at some point. You hear about the innings limit. You hear about maybe shutting them down in his first big league season. I would hate to see that. You get a Strasburg situation possibly in the playoffs. Now, we're thinking so far down the line here, but Kyle Harrison yesterday recorded an out in the 7th inning for the first time since May 7th in Colorado. It was much needed. After going 6 last Wednesday in Arizona. Or was that last Tuesday? I'm getting my days mixed up. I believe it was Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
Because they won a game Wednesday, had the day off, and then went to Texas. So going into the 7th inning for the first time in a long time, allow 1 run or fewer. Look, the Giants left their 4-game home losing streak at Oracle Park. And look, he will have to work out some things. But for last night,
I agree.
In a game where you ended up going to the pit, obviously, because it goes to extra innings, but he just kept the Astros off balance, and he was moving the pace of the game. He was getting the ball, throwing, getting the ball, throwing, getting the ball, throwing, and kept the Astros off balance there. He got some ground outs there. Look, the strikeout stuff, is it there? Not yet. Maybe that's what the Giants are teaching him. I have no idea. I got a question last night from my boy Andy Lewis. Said, are they teaching him the pitch to contact? Or is he a flamethrower? And I have no idea. I don't know the answer to that because I'm not down there.
He's not a flame. Like Carlos Rodon, in terms of power left, he's like Carlos Rodon's a flamethrower.
Yeah, but wasn't he throwing 97, 98 in the minors?
Well, that's what they said. And I think that one of the things that he actually expressed, and this is before last night's start, he was saying that he was trying to hold back so he can go deeper into games. I just don't think he understands where he's at. Like, that's a Verlander in your 30s thing. To Matt Cain, late 20s, where he learned, hey, I could start the game with 92, 93, and then reach back in the 5th, 6th, 7th inning in certain situations and go 96, 97. I think that's like an acquired talent, if that makes sense. I think it's easier said than done. When you've done one thing your whole way, and like this is also... I'm having these philosophical conversations in my head. Is it better as a high school pitcher to go to college and get stretched out and start every 6 days and throw 110 pitches, 120 pitches every 6 days in your 19, 20, and 21-year-old age? Is it better to do that and play, let's just say, Power 5 baseball and use the weight room and not be treated with kid gloves because you've got hundreds of millions of dollars, or at least millions of dollars attached to your name, as a second-round pick?
Well,
is it better?
Is it the Giants? Because other systems, I feel like they bring guys up at their own pace, right? They bring guys up at their own pace. I don't know if it's a Giants thing or what, but the fact is that he's here at the big league camp or big league club, and there's no going back.
No,
there's no
I
going
know.
back to being going back to college. And maybe there is something to going to college and going 2 years and pitching against college guys your own age instead of going to the minors, but I don't know. It's hard to say no to that signing bonus when you're a first-round pick. It's hard to say no to that money, even though it may hinder you at some point in the minor league level. So,
Bonte, look, let me say this right now. If LJ's ever presented with the opportunity, dog, we're taking the money. I'm telling you that right now. I'm acting as an agent here. But I guess what I'm saying is that I watched it how the Giants, I don't know about other farms and stuff. I'm just talking about the Giants. If you look at his game logs, 2, 3, 4 innings was like the max all throughout the minor leagues. And I think I'm just seeing, and there's different thought processes behind it, but I would like to sit down and have a philosophical conversation with whoever's running the pitching staff of the farm. Like, when you're looking to develop someone, how can you go, how do you expect a guy to go 5, 6, 7 innings in the pros in the big leagues, and they've never done it in AAA and they've never done it in AA? I'm a big believer in you learn by doing. And so, like, once you build up that stamina and you build up that repertoire, now I can carry that over to the next level. I think it's really hard learning on the fly something new and getting stretched out to limits you're not accustomed to in terms of pitch count wise. I don't know. it's just a philosophical conversation I've been having in my head.
Well, I'm looking at last year. He pitched, in AAA, 65 innings. Pitched in Sacramento, 65 innings. 65 innings. Overall, 67.2 innings. 67 2/3 of an inning last year in the minors. And then he comes up in the major leagues, pitches 34 innings. So overall, it's about 111. Yeah. About 111 innings. Right now, he's at 77. What do the Giants do when he gets to 111? What is his cap this season? Is he throwing 150? Is he throwing 140? Yeah. Is he throwing 130? Because then here's where my goes for this season. If he is at an innings limit and they say, hey, 130 innings for Kyle Harrison, we're going to shut you down after that. Then I need to figure out what's going on with Robbie Ray. I need to figure out what's going on with Blake Snell. And I need to have another conversation about Jordan Hicks and Kyle Harrison maybe moving to the bullpen. And therefore, I may need another starting pitcher in the open market because this is not good. If Jordan Hicks is 10 innings away from a career high in innings pitched in the season, and Kyle Harrison, who pitched 111 total innings last season, is already at 77 this season. Well, what do you do? What is the cap? Because we got about 3.5 months left of the season. We got a long way to go. July, August, September of some big boy baseball. What do you do here if they get to their innings limit? So that's where my concern goes to. We can't look back here and what happened in the minors and whether you stretched them out. We're here now. And he's throwing you 6 innings, maybe 5, but he had a dynamic start yesterday. Not dynamic, but he did what he had to do yesterday.
Really good start.
I thought it was a step in the right direction. But now long term, looking over the next 3.5 months, no Cobb, who sounded like he may never pitch again, according to Susan Slusser in her Chronicle. What the hell do you do?
The Alex Cobb thing, for those that aren't aware, she kind of flippantly just said something along the lines of like, yeah, he has nerve damage and he may never pitch again. What?
Well, that's one starter down. So now you got Logan Webb. Blake Snell will be back at some point.
Yeah. I
guess you're rolling with Keaton Wynn right now, who's trending in the wrong direction. He's descending, not ascending. So you got Keaton Wynn, Logan Webb, Blake Snell when he comes back, whenever he comes back.
I don't know. Have we had an update on that?
Have no updates on him. Robbie Ray.
Well, Robbie Ray, I've seen more commercials with Laura Britt in the spring training where he's telling jokes than I have of him actually throwing with a glove on. Have you?
No, I don't know what's going on with him.
Well, and I don't know what's going on.
Harrison, so now you're not going to have 5 starters moving forward. I don't know what you do in July, August, September when you start to, hey, Jordan Hicks, we're going to taper it down. Hey, Kyle Harrison, we're going to taper it down. What are they, one-inning pitchers now? Are they going to be specialists by the end of the season? You got a problem with the rotation.
I don't know. I think this is like where we have all this data and none of the data, I'm just going pitch counts and all this stuff. None of the data to me supports the actual injury. So for example, Strasburg is someone that you referenced. And I was listening to David Cohn and Brett Boone, who does, the Brett Boone podcast. And David Cohn's like, he's like really into the analytics and the data. He goes, I have never seen anyone show me a chart that says if you limit pitches and pitch count and you limit guys in the minor leagues or at a youth age, that it is all of a sudden going to stop injuries. Injuries happen no matter what. And there's like no correlation between specific innings logged and how many injuries you're going to sustain because of going over some like artificial threshold. And like he made the same point that I've been making. Like, are we charting how many warm-up throws? Are we charting in between innings? Are we charting from the stretch, from the windup, how many breaking balls? Like you say 100 pitches, all 100 pitch outings aren't created equal. So I guess where I'm going at with this is like Strasburg was the guy that they were talking about. And they said, if you were to ask Strasburg, do you regret getting shut down the year that the Giants ended up facing them in the playoffs, and you look at your career where it was cut short because of injuries, do you regret that, even though you've made hundreds of millions of dollars?
But did he get shut down that year, or did he get shut down a year?
He got shut down 1 year when they made the playoffs.
Yeah, I remember. I think they played the Cardinals, and the Giants ended up playing the Cardinals when they rallied from.
So it was 2012. It wasn't 2014. It was one of those years.
Yeah, was it 2012? He got shut down.
Correct, yeah, because I think that was his first full year coming back after Tommy John.
And the Giants played the Cardinals in the NLCS that season,
that was when they came.
The Nationals collapsed in Game 5.
Nationals collapsed in Game 5. Yep, Giants were on the tarmac trying to figure out who the hell were they going to D.C. or were they going to St. Louis. They got it. They go to D.C. They didn't match up well with the Nationals here. But look, overall, man, a good start. Good start for Kyle Harrison. I don't know what the Giants are going to do long term. It's definitely a decision that's going to be looming very quickly here over the next few months because July, August, September, you got half of June. What do you do with these guys? Are you going to need another starter? Which is sad because I think you need another bat. So now you got a plethora of holes. You need another bullpen arm. Although the pin held up tight, I know Camilo Duvall scared a lot of them, especially after that wild pitch. But he did strike up the side to get you to the 10th inning.